Group 1 racing is back this Saturday at Randwick with the running of the Winx Stakes. 1,400 metres, weight for age, some of the country's best horses going around in what's going to turn out to be a cracker of a race. Here to find the winner for us is our form analyst, Brad Gray. Brad, what a race we got on our hands.
It certainly promises plenty. Hello to you, Sam, and all the viewers, wherever you're watching on from around the world. So the Winx Stakes, named after the champion mare of Australian turf. She took all before her. Her record was absolutely sensational. She won this race 3 times, hence why they named it after her. But Group 1 racing, but we haven't had Group 1 weather. All it's done is rain through August. It's been the wettest August in New South Wales 30 years, I think. I heard the record. So you're looking at a heavy track there on Saturday, and that'll go a big way in terms of determining the winner. It
just feels like it hasn't stopped. There's been 75 mil in the last 24 hours, about 140 in the last week. So we're certainly on that heavy track looking for those wet winners. Now let's look at this market. Before we do, Winx, is she the best you've ever seen?
Absolutely, she is. Yeah, it was the day that she had that farewell at Randwick, and I'm yet to be at a race day since. It was an amazing atmosphere, and yeah, she was one heck of a mare.
Freak of nature. Okay, let's look at this market. Maybe her heir apparent, Via Sistina, $2.30. Short enough, first up on the heavy. Gringotts, $5.50. He looks to have come back really well. Fangirl, the wet's got to be a question mark for her. And Aeliana just took all before her last preparation. Can she mix it with the big boys? What do you think of this market? Have they got it about right?
Yeah, it's a deep race. I do think if you like Via Sistina, you should wait until jump, because I think there'll be a little bit of resistance from the bookies with that question mark overhead regarding a heavy track, because facts are facts. And I know she came to Australia with a reputation of being able to handle it, but her worst run in Australia under Chris Waller was on a heavy track, and she hasn't seen one since.
Big question mark. All right, let's go back to this race last year. Via Sistina was the winner. She's pretty easy in the market that day, but did it with a bit of style.
Yeah, shot well if you took the $11 about her on this occasion. So we knew she was good, and after this she went on to win another 6 Group 1. So there's Via Sistina, Fangirl towards the outside, and just look at her.
Tropical Squall at the 300 from Zoo Gotcha, who travels up. Zoo Gotcha takes the lead now from Samantha. They beat off Tropical Squall, falling away to Fangirl. Zoo Gotcha in front, 150 out. Zoo Gotcha from Samantha. Fangirl late. Via Sistina's charging. Zoo Gotcha in front from Via Sistina. Oh, photo finish. Via Sistina rattling home. Joins Zoo Gotcha on the wire. Could go either way. Then Detonator Jack Fangirl.
Now, what we also need to note from that race, Sam, is the fact that that was on a good track. So it just negates that little turn of foot that she's got. She's drawn barrier 1, James McDonald, the best in the business, but he'll need to be clever in terms of just manipulating her off the fence at some point, because a wet Randwick, typically the winners will come down the middle of the track. So there's a little bit to play out there. But on Via Sistina's record, last season she won at 7 Group 1 races, and that equalled the record of Winx, in fact, on the topic of the great mare. So she's in a class of her own, and currently she's the best horse in Australia.
She's pretty good. If anyone can get off the fence nice and early, it's that man J-Back, isn't it?
Yeah, he's amazing at it. He's like a move ahead of everyone else.
Yes. All right, let's have a look at the Group 1 George Rider from the autumn. There's a few horses we want to have a look at here. Notably, Gringotts the winner. We see Fangirl and Char Wolf in the race as well.
Yeah, so a lot of horses going towards Saturday's assignment. Now, Gringotts, he's just been an improving horse, hasn't he? So this is his first win, Group 1 weight for age, but he did a really good job. There he is there in the Navy.
To Fangirl in front, Royal Patronage with Gringotts looming large on the outside. Gringotts moved up to Royal Patronage. Chaya Wolf is coming through the middle, and Fangirl, she's still in it wide out. Fangirl, Chaya Wolf and Gringotts, 3 of them in it. Fangirl, the outside, lunges at Gringotts, and another thriller. Fangirl, Gringotts, a half head away to Chaya Wolf. Then came Royal Patronage, Tom Kidden.
He's just a winner, Gringotts. His record speaks for itself. He's a tough horse. He'll put himself in the first half dozen. I think he'll handle heavy track okay. He's yet to be tested on heavy ground, but his wins on soft tracks in the past lends me to think that he'll get through it. So the challenge for Gringotts and Kieran Maher, the trainer, is that Chris Waller has completely owned this race. Now, that's with the help of Winx, of course. She won 3 of them, but 7 of the past 10 runnings of this race have been won by horses trained by that man, Chris Sweller, and again, he's stacked with chances on Saturday.
If I said to you 18 months ago that Gringotts was going to be a Group 1 weight for age winner, you'd have called me mad. So
I wouldn't have believed you.
He's gone from strength to strength to strength, but he's probably got to go up another level again to take this out.
I think that's fair, but with circumstances to suit, I think that wet track is a little bit of a leveller.
All right, we stay in the autumn for our last replay. This is the Derby, 2,400 metres. 17 colts, 1 filly, but the filly made them look silly.
She did. So I guess the question from the viewers out there is, what relevance does a derby over 2,400 metres have to a 1,400 metre kickoff point? And what this just emphasises is the fact that Aeliana is a very, very talented mare. So before spelling, this was the dominance of that victory.
Beating off Plymouth, Chanwa, King of Thunder on the rails. Further back to Willie Do It and Firm Agreement. Aeliana 175 out, 2 lengths clear from Willie Do It, Firm Agreement. But she's really opening up now, Aeliana, and the filly's going to destroy them in the Derby. Aeliana, different class. Boy, she towed the boys up by 5. Firm Agreement, I think, second, just in front of Chanwa.
She did destroy them in a big way, didn't she, Aeliana? So again, the leveller, I think, is the wet track. If you said to me, Fangirl, Via Sistina, Aeliana first up 1,400 metres, nowhere to hide there at weight for age, I'd say she probably won't see which way they went. She wouldn't be sharp enough. But I get the impression that she's another horse that'll handle the heavy conditions. She hasn't raced on anything worse than a soft 7 in much easier grade, but she did it comfortably on that occasion. So as far as the 4-year-olds, Animo 2022 is the most recent 4-year-old winner of the Winx Stakes. So you've been pretty good company with the Big A, who of course is retired at stud now. But Aeliana, I don't really know what her grand final might be. Of course, it'll be out over further, and it's never easy for those fillies to make that transition against the older horses at 4. They take some time to catch up maturity-wise, but she might be one right out of the box.
Mwanga the year before this, he took it out as well. So
Yes.
4-year-old, it is a good race for the 4-year-olds. The last 7 winners of this race have also been first up. So it tells you you've got to weigh up the good horses coming back first up against the fit winter horses. Class tends to always prevail.
Yeah, class rises to the top in this race, doesn't it? Bjorn Baker's got a few hard fit horses there on Saturday, but they need to take that next step. Tips, I've gone with Gringotts, just thinking that he's the horse that can take advantage of the wet track. He's still improving, which is exciting. I like the way that he's trialled up. Tommy Berry knows the horse back to front, with Kieran Maher doing the training. And I've gone with Aeliana as far as the next best. Just in the context of her price, I want to be against Via Sistina, $2.30. I think she's a touch skinny, expecting big things from Aeliana over the carnival. If it's not on Saturday, follow her, because I think there's a big race in her over the coming weeks and the coming months. Jason Collett also knows Aeliana, and Chris Waller does the training.
No love for Fangirl, just the wet track, the worry.
The wet track's the worry, the big worry.
Big concern for her. It's going to be a high-quality race come Saturday to kick off the Group 1 season. You can catch all the action here live on the Sky Racing Network.